Alright, what's up, y'all? Another day, another video. And by the title of this video, I'm sure you could tell that I'm gonna be exposing some hot takes today. You know what I mean? So not gonna lie, this video is gonna be pretty long, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get right into it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Bro, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, listen, they had all that shit organized, laid out for them. LeBron James is the fucking coach, the GM, everything, bro. They got the greatest coaches ever in NBA history behind their back. LeBron don't have that and didn't have that. He got more stress going on. Listen, he got...
Alright, so this notion that LeBron and, you know, like Michael Jordan and all these players, or Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, they were privileged and, you know what I'm saying, they just had all this array of help at their disposal. I mean, I guess, but I mean, you know, Michael Jordan, when Michael was drafted to the Chicago Bulls, that team was an abysmal franchise. They were a losing team, a lottery team, literally. And they were a new franchise. They had no type of winning culture to that team. So to say that Michael Jordan was privileged and all this other stuff is just kind of negating the fact that he did have some adversity at the beginning of his career. Plus, on top of that, you would have to also be ignoring the fact that while Michael was pretty privileged, because I do think the Chicago Bulls are obviously a better ran organization than the Cavs, you would have to be ignoring the fact that LeBron James has the privilege of free agency. I mean, the whole concept of being able to just leave a team and go form team with form another team with a bunch of other superstar caliber players or star players, that concept didn't exist until like the mid to late 90s when Shaquille O'Neal went to the Lakers. So if you were stuck on a team, I mean, you were basically there, like, you know, until the team decided to trade you. So for example, Clyde Drexler, he was very upset with the Portland Trailblazers back in like 1991-92, and he didn't get traded until 1995. So there's again the concept of just being able to leave and do whatever you want, that didn't exist in the 90s when Jordan played. So although yes, I do agree, and even with Kobe Bryant, you saying that he was privileged, I mean, yeah, he was drafted into a very favorable situation. However, once Shaquille O'Neal left the team, I mean, Kobe was playing on a pretty mediocre team. I mean, you know, it wasn't really that much better than what LeBron had, you know, around the same time, you know, in the mid 2000s, you know what I'm saying? No Phil Jackson, you know, and just all that type of stuff. So again, I think my whole point, and I don't have a script, so excuse me if I'm rambling, but really my whole point of all this is saying that just to assume that a player had a privileged career his entire career, that's just not true. I mean, again, at the beginning of Michael Jordan's career, Bulls were an abysmal franchise. In the middle of Kobe's career, the Lakers were not doing that much either. And also at the end of Kobe's career, the Lakers were not that good either. So, you know, just don't make it seem like LeBron is the only player that had to deal with bad franchises. I mean, even Kevin Garnett, you know what I'm saying, had to deal with a terrible franchise wasting multiple prime years of his career. So let's stop that.
When KD left the Thunder, that was his choice, okay? You left the door open, you left the chair there for Russ to go sit in, and he took full advantage of it. He didn't let everybody counted them out. He left them for dead. Russ said, oh no, I'm not going out like that. He continually to put them guys in position to be successful every year. Back-to-back of scoring champs, MVPs. He leads the Thunder organization in points, rebounds, assists, steals.
Okay, so three main things wrong with what Perk just said. So one, Russell Westbrook was not consistently leading that team to success. If you determine that success is a first round out, then I mean, I guess, but yeah, not that much success from that organization during that time period. Two, Russell Westbrook did not lead the league in scoring in back-to-back years. So yeah, that's not true. And then third, Russell Westbrook is not the all-time leader for the Thunder in rebounds, assists, or blocks, or anything besides points. Russell Westbrook is not the all-time leader for the Oklahoma City Thunder in those categories. So yeah, that's just factually incorrect. So yeah, let's relax on that.
Gets free, puts up the
Gators. Short, no good.
It's a good thing he's not clutch, boy. It's a good thing he's not clutch. Or I would have been worried. I might have been scared for a second, but that nigga's not clutch. You know that, I know that. He not making that. How many of those he got this year? None.
Rebounded by Harden. Finds Durant for three. Yes. So the Nets lead 125, 123. Players in and out, and the Nets hold on for the win.
Like 25th.
No, you can't. Pippen never averaged close as MJ. Michael Jordan never made it past second round finals without Scottie Pippen.
Okay, Cash. So, well, technically, yes, Michael Jordan never made it out the second round without Scottie Pippen. Once again, this is just another instance where it's like, why are we not using the same logic or the same context as we would with LeBron? I mean, you constantly hear LeBron fans say, and I'm, one of those people that says, well, we can't blame LeBron for losing in the first part of his career because he obviously didn't have enough help. But if you look at who Michael Jordan was playing with up until Scottie Pippen started to break out in like 1988, you could say the exact same thing about Michael Jordan, that he did not have adequate help to be playing against the teams that he was playing against. But regardless, in 1988, which was Scottie Pippen's rookie year, the Chicago Bulls made it to the conference finals. And, Scottie Pippen averaged a whopping 9 points and shot like 40% from the field. I'm going to put it up on the screen so you'll be able to see it. But, yeah, he was not putting up any type of outstanding numbers, and the Chicago Bulls still made it to the conference finals and pushed the Detroit Pistons, who had 3 Hall of Fame players, all who, if I'm not mistaken, were all All-Stars that year, or at least All-NBA performers that year. They all, were on the same team, and Michael Jordan had to play them while, virtually being the only All-Star caliber player or All-NBA performer on his team. So, yeah, let's stop that.
But at the exact same time, don't try to just throw them niggas like Jason Terry was underneath the rug, man. It was top. He was a marksman that year. He was top 5 in the league, field goal percentage, 3-point line. Jason Terry, how much was Jason Terry averaging that year? Right there, All right, stop trying to make it look like this nigga right here was averaging 12 points. My nigga was in the 20s.
But he actually didn't, Cash. He actually was not a 20-point scorer that year. So, yeah, no, stop. And then, again, I find it very funny that out of all people, Cash is trying to up Jason Terry. Like, and literally the whole premise of what the video that Cash was reacting to, the whole premise of what he was saying is that it's funny that we're having a GOAT conversation about LeBron James, about him being the greatest of all time, and yet Jason Terry was outperforming him. Again, we're not saying that Jason Terry is a bad player. That's not what we're saying at all. But it's Jason Terry. Like, Jason Terry's not anywhere in the top 50, top 100. Like, that's someone that's nowhere near LeBron's level that was outplaying him in the NBA Finals. And all we're saying is that Michael Jordan would not have allowed that to happen. There's no way he would have allowed that to happen. So when we say stuff like, oh, Jason Terry outplayed LeBron, that's not us joking around. That's a fact. You know what I mean? And that's just another sentiment just saying how poorly LeBron performed in that series. So, but again, I just find it funny that we sit up here, that the LeBron fans sit up here and try to criticize Michael Jordan's team, or the team that Michael Jordan plays, which we're going to get to in just very quickly because he's about to say something right after this. But they sit up there and they say, oh, well, Michael Jordan never played against great teams. But then they want to sit up there and up the Dallas Mavericks of all people, who, no offense to Dirk or the Dallas Mavericks, but the Dallas Mavericks were not on Miami's level. There's no way. At best, at worst, the Dallas Mavericks were at the same level as the Miami Heat that year. So again, let's please chill out, please.
I know we already passed the Kobe argument, but this exact same year, them niggas swept Kobe Bryant in his prime, defending champions. So let's measure it up with that. That was a great team. If you can get past Kobe Bryant in his prime, you kill these niggas in the playoffs, defending champions. That's a great team.
And Cash, you know who else swept the back-to-back defending champions? Do you know who else who did that? The '96 Seattle Supersonics did that. They swept the Houston Rockets that year, and then they went on to go to the NBA Finals and lose to Michael Jordan. So again, is that not a great team just because, you know, oh, all of a sudden it's a different era and, you know, teams of Michael Jordan's era couldn't compare to the teams of today's era, even though LeBron was losing to teams like the Dallas Mavericks when he had 2 to 3 All-Stars on his team? Like, what are we saying? What are we saying?
Because people believe that Michael Jordan won every finals that he played in the NBA, and that's not true. Michael Jordan, in his first 3 playoff appearances, won 1 game. He got swept twice. He won 1 game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
And it's like, bro, this lack of context just blows me every time I hear it, bro. Because LeBron fans are so quick to just, you know, negate everything that Jordan did and just have zero context to his career. But then when it comes to LeBron's career, they just know it like the back of their hand. And that doesn't make any sense to me. So, again, Michael Jordan losing in the first round 3 times. He, in 1986, 1987, and 1988, he ended up losing to the eventual team that went to the NBA Finals. In 1986, he lost to the Boston Celtics as a sophomore, coming off a season where he broke his foot and then came back at the end of the year, propelled his team to the playoffs, and again then dropped 63 points on the Boston Celtics that had 4 Hall of Famers on that team. And then ended up winning the NBA championship that year. So is that what we're doing? We're going to hold that against Michael Jordan. That's what we're doing. Like, that doesn't make any sense. The next year, faced the Boston Celtics again. Again, a team with 4 Hall of Famers. Literally the same team, the defending champions, ended up getting back to the NBA Finals that year. And once again, Michael Jordan was the only All-NBA and All-Star performer on his team. So, again, are we expecting Michael Jordan to beat that team without any competent help? Then the next year, ended up facing the Detroit Pistons, who had 3 Hall of Famers on that team. So, are we expecting, and also got to the NBA Finals that year. They didn't end up winning, but if Isaiah Thomas, I'm of the belief that if Isaiah Thomas didn't hurt his ankle in Game 6, they probably could have won that series. But regardless, they still got to the NBA Finals. So, are we expecting Michael Jordan to beat 3 teams or 2 teams that ended up getting to the NBA Finals as just the lone star on his team? Is that what we're expecting to do? Like, come on, bro. Come on. Do better, bro. Do better.
Not expose Steph as a player, but expose a part of Steph Curry's game that a lot of us, even those of us who say greatest shooter ever, one of the greatest teammates ever, a great champion, all these things, have always quietly suspected, but have never been able to see, which is, all right, we know Steph is the perfect piece on a great team. But can he carry a bad team? Not to a championship, not to 55 wins. How about to the playoffs? If not to the playoffs, to a 500 record.
And last but not least, we have this idiotic idea that began this year that Steph Curry has to prove that he can carry a team to the playoffs. Now, first and foremost, this idea that a player is not valuable or a player can prove his value by showing that he can carry a team to a first round or second round out, I generally don't understand that. Like, the players play the game to win, and you being content or somehow gaining value from carrying a team to a first round, second round out, or maybe not even making the playoffs, just barely making the playoffs, and that somehow boosts your legacy, that's never made sense to me. That's just completely counterproductive into what they're trying to do on the court. But regardless, Steph Curry does not have to prove, or did not have to prove, that he could carry a team this year, because one, he already did that in 2013 and 2014 when he led the Golden State Warriors as the only All-Star and All-NBA performer on his team, led them to the Western semifinals and took the San Antonio Spurs to 6 games in 2014, who ended up being the eventual NBA champions. In 2013, they also upset the Denver Nuggets, who won 57 games and were the 3rd seed that year. So that definitely was not, you know, an all-time great team that Curry had around him, yet he still found a way to find some success with that team due to his level of greatness that he was playing at. Second, again, why is it that we're expecting Steph Curry to carry a team that features literally only Draymond Green and a couple of other veteran players? I mean, not even a couple. Like maybe 1 or 2 veteran players. The rest of these players are either inexperienced or have only been on the Golden State Warriors for 1 to 2 years. So this idea that Curry is just supposed to get all these new pieces and somehow magically make them play together and play well together is an idea that just doesn't make any sense. It's just completely disregarding what it takes to win a championship or what it takes to find some success in the NBA. You have to have some sort of chemistry. You have to have some sort of cohesion on the court, and you have to be in a system that's going to help you to play at your full potential. So I don't get why Nick Wright and other people will decide to just completely ignore this and just feel like, oh, well, Curry can't win without a super team, even though he literally led a team to a championship in 2015 without a super team, and in 2016 led the Golden State Warriors to win 73 games, and he was not on a super team that year. So again, I don't know where this idea came from that Curry couldn't carry, or Curry never proved that he could carry a team, even that really shouldn't matter. I just don't know what you guys were watching for the past decade, because Curry has already done that, and he's done that multiple times. Even when Kevin Durant came on the team, when Kevin Durant was out, the Golden State Warriors were still an excellent team, mainly because of Steph Curry. But man, that's going to do it for me today. Let me know what y'all thought about this type of video. If y'all enjoy, if y'all want to see more, let me know what y'all thought about the takes. If y'all agree with them, if y'all disagree, if y'all think I'm capping right now, y'all think I'm spitting facts, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Other than that, again, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.